Hey, it's your boy in his brand new, very yellow t-shirt. Hello, everyone. Grayson Jones, this is crazy. Ace live? Look, I was live very recently, alright? Last night. Alright? Just because you weren't there doesn't mean that I'm crazy. Supreme Leader asks, what's up, Ace Holes? Custom cards? Oh, how I miss these types of videos. A live stream is a cool idea. This way you can discuss some of the effects with us. That's the plan. I've been meaning to bring back custom cards. I don't know, it really just falls, to the back line, because there's gameplay videos I want to make. And, they are the meat on the bone of my channel, but custom cards are important. And I figured I should try to live stream it. And, have more interaction, get more input live, make it more fun for everyone. That sounds good. Alright, Labramat, sad to see you go, but I get it. You probably have stuff to do. Will you be playing more friendly matches? Of course I will. Just not right now. But of course. That's still very much on the agenda. Something I want to do a lot more of, just so none of us have to play against all that poison shit all the time, right? We can just play with each other and have fun. Like I used to do with my friends with Magic the Gathering, you meet up and you play with each other. Alright. I'm just going to quickly go over exactly how this is going to work. And then we're going to get into it. So, yes, we're going to be going over a lot of custom cards. It's going to be fun. Obviously, there's going to be more cards in the stream format than in a video format. I usually go over 8 or 9 cards. We're probably going to cover a lot more than that today. And, I'm just going to show the cards, talk about my initial impressions, like I normally would. And then, I'm going to open up the floor to you guys. I'm going to give you the microphone, so to speak. And you can, let me know what you think about the card. This stream will not be uploaded to YouTube in the way streams normally are. Which is just a direct upload. But I am recording this as I'm streaming, and I will cut it down a little bit just to take out all the casual stream talk. Just make it into a more streamlined, purely custom card based video. So, if you have to go before the stream is over, you will not be missing any cards. You will still be able to see all the cards and all the valuable discussion around them, but you'll miss for example, stuff like this, like me talking now. This is not going to be in the video, so people watching the video will not see me taking probably way too long explaining how things work. But yes, all the custom cards and the discussions we have around them will be uploaded to YouTube in a more streamlined video. And normally in custom card videos, I like to show one of my own cards towards the very end to allow, you guys to review my custom card. But I figured, as long as we don't completely run out of time somehow, which I really don't see how that can happen, I figured we try to create a custom card together. Since I am live, I can get your input. You guys can shout out what you want us to make, and we will try to make a custom card together. Maybe more than one, but at least one, right? We gotta do at least one. And, that will be the custom card at the end of the custom card video that the viewers can then review. If that makes sense. Alright. Shall we get into it? I wanted to start off with a set of cards, one for each faction. I'm a huge fan of these designs, and I've been dying to talk about them in a custom card review related setting. These were made and sent to me by The Missing V on Discord. It's good shit. It's good shit. Just gotta make sure. Yes, you guys can still see my browser. So these are a new type of artifact called Fortresses. And I really like the design of these. Like, they really allow for interactive gameplay, counterplay, and let's just get into them. This first one is for Syndicate. It's the most unique one. The other ones have more similarities between them, but this one is a little bit more unique. So now that I zoomed into that, how does it look on the stream? Oh, it zooms out when I go into OBS. Okay. But as long as I stay on the screen, you can see it pretty largely. I will of course read out the cards if you're watching on mobile and you can't read them. I will read them out to you. Elskaden shake. No, shake? Skeg? Shake? I'm not good at pronouncing Swedish, but I understand it. Thank you. I love my beard too. Oh my god! Did the Butcher of Blaviken last night set a trend? Suddenly people are donating. Thank you very much, legendary Masamune. Been liking the videos and streams, bro. The Regis video was very satisfying. Yeah. I love that deck. I love Regis. I love Regis Spies. Hopefully we'll get back to some Regis shenanigans at some point. Thank you so much for your donation. That means a whole lot to me. That's, I mean, it's... I can't even describe it. It's like people are liking my stuff so much they're willing to donate money. That's insane. Alright, let's get into this. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. This is Siggy Rovin's Bathhouse. 14 provisions, fortress, artifact, of course. These are all artifacts. 6 armor. So these artifacts are designed in, you know, with the idea that artifacts may gain armor at some point. Deploy, spawn Happen, and summon him to this row. And Happen is a 5 strength human with fee 2, purify an allied unit, and boost it by 1. So, a better Kalkstein. You get a better Kalkstein. He doesn't profit though. But his actual fee is a better... Well, it's not offensive. You can only purify allies, but you boost them by 1. Pretty good value. But here we get to how these really work. It's this new Inhabit mechanic, which Inhabit is you trigger this ability when the specified unit is placed on this row. So it's like when you play the fortress, the whole row becomes like the fortress. Whenever you play a unit on that row, it inhabits the fortress. And in this case, whenever a syndicate unit inhabits this fortress, lock it, then gain 3 coins. If it is a gang leader, boost it by 1 and gain 3 coins instead. And of course, when the units get locked, you gain 3 coins, and you can spend 2 coins to unlock them with this Happen guy. You're still netted 1 coin, but if it's like an engine that you want to have unlocked, then it's boosted by 1. And you still have 1 coin. But if it's a gang leader, you of course boosted by 1 and gain 3 coins instead, so just extra value. So that's Inhabit. That's the first of these mechanics. The second one is Collapse, and that is when this artifact loses all its armor. because these are fortresses, like these are buildings with a lot of people in them. So when they get destroyed, they collapse, and then they have a negative effect on the row. Purify all units on this row, then move the lowest unit on this row to the opposite row. Right, so it gets seized. The lowest unit goes over to the opponent's side. Purify all units. See, this one is weird, and the Missing V told me that this one, with this one, they were trying something different. The other ones are a lot more very simple to understand. But basically, what it does, what these fortresses do, is the collapse effect usually counter all the inhabit effects. Yes. That's usually what these do. So whatever the inhabit effect does, the collapse will negate this. Of course, in this case, it's kind of tricky to really understand it, and I'm not good with syndicate cards, so I don't really know. Khan, Emil, welcome both of you. Not much is up, we're just reviewing custom cards. So, yeah, that was Siggy Revan's bathhouse. I don't really know about this one because I don't understand it. I don't understand Syndicate very much, so I can't really imagine the impact this would have. I have a lot better grasp on the other fortresses. So we could move on to that, unless you guys have something to say. I mean, I think I was too late to change the stream delay, so we're back to normal delay, which sucks ass. But yeah, I'm gonna move on, and if you guys have anything you want to say about this custom card, just put it in the chat, and I will read it aloud if it's valuable. That sounds mean. Now, if I don't read something, people are gonna get really pissed. But this next one is awesome, especially with the new redesign of dwarves and the fact that I now love dwarves. This is Mahkum, a 13 provision, 8 armor, Scoia'tael artifact fortress. Deploy, spawn a Mahkum defender, and summon it on both sides of this card. So you get 2 engines. Whenever a dwarf inhabits this fortress, so whenever a dwarf is put on the same row as this fortress, boost it by 2 and give it 1 armor. So that's good value. That's very good value. But when it collapses, so when it loses all its armor, remove 1 armor from units on this row and damage them by 2. So as you can see, if the opponent is able to deal 8 damage to this, and they are willing to do so, they will negate everything that you gain from inhabiting the fortress. Like that 1 armor will all be gone. The 2 boost will all be gone. Of course, these were designed before we got the new leaders. So, of course, with the new dwarf leader that gives all dwarves an additional armor, this would still be able to get some value due to that synergy, even if it collapses. But even like getting the 2 Mahkum defenders is very good value. I think it's worth mentioning also that collapse says specifically, you trigger this ability, and then you destroy the card. So, like, the opponent can counterplay it, and they don't have to remove it right away. Like, as long as they can remove it at any point through the round, they will negate, all the additional effects you've gotten off of this. But at least you still had a couple of Mahkum defenders, which are really, really good. units. But this one might actually be a little bit too strong, especially now that all dwarfs can enter with 1 armor already. But, of course, you know, this was designed prior to that. And, you know, I think I specified this before in custom card videos. I'm not super big on the balancing, because I don't know how to balance stuff. I just like looking at the designs. And the design of this is very cool. It's very cool. Patrick O'Shea says, the hello. The hello to you too, Patrick. So that is Mahkum, a bit easier to understand than the Syndicate one, in my opinion. All of these other ones are. But I love this design because, I mean, it's very similar to, you know, a few artifacts that we already have that people actually enjoy, like Svalbard Totem and Sacred Flame, where you get something on deploy, so it's not like if it gets removed you played a completely worthless card. And then it has a passive ongoing ability, and these ones are really strong, but at the same time they allow counterplay through damage. And it's not like you have to remove it right away. You can remove it at any point through the round, so I think that's really, really cool. Johnny Bassi, hello. Nice to see you too. Phil F says, hello, Aceholes. That's us. Alright, I'm gonna move on. No one has said anything about the previous card, so I mean, maybe you guys just want to watch. That's fine. I think my throat is a little bit messed up after last night's stream, so it's a good thing I'm doing a stream where I have to talk a lot. Great. Alright. So, now that I've explained these mechanics and I've gone on about how much I love this, I'll go over these a little bit quicker. These next ones are very similar, so I'm just gonna go over them real quick. This is Vizima Royal Palace. This is the Northern Realms Fortress. Deploy, spawn a Temerian Knight and summon it on both sides of this card. This is a new unit designed for this card. It's a 3 strength unit with a shield. And on the melee row, every ally turn on turn end, if another unit on this row has shield, boosts self by 1. So they will of course trigger each other the first round. And as long as you keep having a shield on the row, they will boost. Just a very traditional engine. Whenever a bronze Northern Realms unit inhabits this fortress, give it a shield. If it's a knight, also boosted by 2. So this is for shield decks, for knight decks. When this collapses, it will purify all allied units and damage them by 2. So take off the shields, take off the boosts. Of course, if you played a non-knight that didn't get the boost, then you're actually losing value. So this really encourages synergistic play, and it's very cool. I do like the Temerian Knight. Like, just, I know it's the Royal Palace, that's the big custom card here, but the Temerian Knight is a pretty cool engine for shield based decks. Yes, I do like this. Like, what I really like is that, you know, you get all these boosts and shields when you inhabit, and they can all go away if your opponent collapses it. But even just like these 2 units that you get on deploy, I mean, they will carry this card into at least playability, I'd say. Like, even if the collapse is imminent, like, it's still pretty good. And Sace would be insane with this, but that's why it specifies bronze unit. So I think they thought of this. You cannot play Ansace with this bitch. Which is kind of a shame, because then you can't really inhabit it with gold units, because you don't get the boost, you don't get the shield, and then the collapse will just lose you value. So, you know, maybe... I don't know. What if the units were literally inhabiting? So they would actually be inside the artifact? Yeah, I don't think that's likely. Now this next one is cool. This is Kertrold, the Scaliger Fortress. Deploy, spawn an uncreate blacksmith and summon it on both sides of this card. Whenever a warrior inhabits this fortress, heal all units on this row by 1. And on collapse, you spawn Scaliger Storm on this row. Now, I really like what they did here, because the creator, Missing V, told me that they wanted it to be really flavorful. Like, if this fortress collapses, it falls into, like, the sea. And so having, like, Scaliger Storm like a wave, like waves crashing and damaging all the units that were in the fortress. They're very flavorful, and I really like it. Can we expect some more of the seasonal triple treasure nonsense stream? I mean, I had a great time, and a lot of people, including yourself, it seems, really seem to enjoy it, so I think we'll revisit it. Like, I only play 2 of the seasonal modes each year, it seems, so I guess we gotta revisit it before it's gone. Alright, Legendary Masamune. It was nice of you to stop by at least. Thank you again for the donation. That's very generous of you. Have a nice dinner. What's its armor? Can't see on the card. Oh, is my camera blocking the armor? Oh, I didn't even think of that. It has 7 armor. You know what? I can just move. Oh no, not enlarge. Move. I can move myself to this corner. And now I just gotta also get this. Thank you. And we open this back up. And now you should be able to see everything. I'm not blocking the provisions. Alright, great. There you go. 7 armor. Thank you for pointing that out, Patrick. I don't want to block the vital information. The whole fortress can still go down with a single bomb heaver. Well, bomb heaver should die. So move to the middle. Are you sure? I'm not... I don't feel like I'm in the way now. Never mind, it's good. Alright. Good. Artifact with armor seems a bit unreasonable. I mean, these were designed in like a hypothetical world where artifacts have armor, and artifact removal has been drastically changed to not just be all or nothing destroys. So in the current state of the game, of course, this makes no sense. But in a hypothetical world where they finally get around to changing the artifact interactions, this could be very valid. So yeah. But just binary artifact removal, bomb heaver and shit shouldn't exist, and these are created with, you know, this imaginary world where bomb heaver has been rightfully reworked. So just keep that in mind. Alright, this next one. for you assimilate lovers out there. Wait, am I blocking the provisions on this one? Looks like I am. Because it's a different size. Can I move it? Why can't I move this? It's 12 provisions. It's not that important. 12 provisions, and you can see the rest. 7 armor, Beauclair Palace. On deploy, you get it to call guard on both sides. Whenever a unit that is not from your starting deck inhabits this fortress, boost all assimilate units on this row by 1. There's like an extra assimilate basically whenever you play a unit from outside your starting deck. And on collapse, it damages all units on the row by 2. So the collapse is very simple, but it does negate, all the extra assimilates and stuff. What I really like about this one, though, is just the idea of, whenever a unit not from your starting deck inhabits this fortress. So it's like they're coming to visit, And that's what assimilate is all about. Bomb Heaver should be a tutor for bombs. I mean, that would make sense. And it would be a way better designed card. But I've seen a lot of people design it as a bronze that does that. And that wouldn't be okay. Like even a 6 provision, 1 strength bronze. If it tutors, you gotta be careful with that stuff. So if it's going to be a bronze, I say create a bomb. But if you make it a gold, then it can tutor. Because then you could still destroy artifacts with it. You just would have to play Dancing Star. Greetings from Russia. Thank you, Drova. Drova. I guess it's Drova. Alright, so let's finish up these fortresses. You get the gist. I just want to show them all off. This is the monsters one. Am I blocking the provisions again? Okay, I'm gonna move to the middle after all. Or maybe the bottom left. How would that be? The bottom left? Wait. Let's try bottom left. Most of these have like tooltips and stuff, but you really don't need to see that, so yeah, I think that'll work. Monster Nest, 14 provisions, 6 armor. Deploy, create a random bronze Deathwish unit and summon a copy of it on both sides of this card. There's a little bit of RNG on this one. Whenever a unit with Consume inhabits this row, spawn a copy of a random allied bronze Deathwish unit in this row. Collapse, destroy the unit with the lowest power. I mean, the collapse would pretty much just always get a 1 strength token, so that collapse is not nearly significant enough. And the inhabit effect is pretty good. Yeah, so I think this one is completely out of whack. It tries to deviate. I appreciate it deviating from the traditional design just to be very cool and very monster-like, but I think the balance is way off. But the art is good. Gwent, the camera moving adventure. I think we got it now. Yeah, so this one is completely whack. A lot of cool ideas, but this would not be the way to go with it, fortunately. Alright, but that does it for these. So now I'm going to jump over on Discord. into the custom card section on the Ace of Plays subreddit, Discord server. Because yeah, we of course have a custom card section. Your elf onion soup is wonderful. You mean the deck that I played with it, or my actual elf and onion soup? Because I haven't made that. Alright, I just gotta check if I've promised other people that I would show their cards. Because it happens. Oh, here we go. Did I promise this guy which... Oh my god, he made a lot of cards. Alright. What do we got? Should be a Witcher Fortress? Yeah. That would just be supporting Nilfgaard for the time being, but hopefully we get more Witchers that aren't Nilfgaard. Don't we all, Phil? Don't we all? Alright, I'm just looking at some cards here to see if we can find some really good ones. I did not think this through. Just enjoy the tunes, guys. Just enjoy the music. There is a lot of stuff here. I did not think this through. See, here's some bronze reworks we were talking about at some point, but not I guess I can show you guys this one in the meantime. Can I zoom in on this a little bit? This is one I made. Enjoy that custom card that I made. Oh, this one is pretty cool. So you got a small taste of it there, but I'm gonna get a few ones set up just so we can kind of get something going. I like this one. Just keep looking at the potion. Just keep looking at the knife. Isn't this broken? What, you mean the potion with the knife? Hell yeah, it's broken. Alright, here's another one for you. Enjoy this one. This one's neat. So the thing about the potion with the knife is that it's a soldier and an alchemy card, so and it's a Scaliger Northern Realms dual faction, so you can use it to get Ronvid out of the graveyard, or you can use it to get Chromama out of the graveyard. That's why I made the card, just for that. All right, so I forgot to check the name. I think, was it Arsent? Yeah, I believe it's Arsent who does the placeholder arts. So we're gonna start off with Clark the Gentleman. Yeah, there we go. By Arsent. Here we go. How's the size of that? It looks pretty good. It's a Nymph card. 10 provisions, 4 strength. A human knight. Order, duel an enemy unit. If played from the deck, gain zeal. So a 4 strength duel on order for 10 provisions. Like, we've seen this in Northern Realms. It seems like it's fine. But it's a very cool condition to gain Zeal. Like Nilfgaard should really have more deck manipulation. You know, for themselves and for the opponent. Not straight up mill, I guess, but they can still manipulate the deck. But there's no art for this. Arson does a lot of placeholder art, which I completely understand, because finding art for some of these cards is impossible. But, you know, we got an effect here, and I think just the Zeal condition is very cool. Very Nilfgaardy. And you know, I think Duel is very much a Northern Realms faction-specific ability, but I feel like Nilfgaard and Northern Realms do overlap in some aspects. For example, you know, the Knights. So it could definitely be like a Knight thing that Nilfgaard could gain access to in a small degree. It would certainly be better than Poison. I'm a big fan of Duel, so that's also cool. Invocation with Galaga Fortress. Beat Hidden Cache today with NR Draug, feeling so proud. That's cool. Good on you. You deserve it. Alright. Yeah, we don't have to dwell on this particular one for this long, so we're going to move on to Roof Hopper, and this was made by my boy Timothy, or as he's currently known as on the Discord, Lawrence of Alabia. He really likes to rework cards, but also likes to flesh out archetypes. Whenever we discuss like different decks and archetypes on the Discord, he often says, "Oh, be right back," and he goes to design some cards that would make the archetype better. So I don't know if this was like that, but it's a syndicate card made by him. A 4/5 bronze human tight cloak. Deploy melee, gain 2 coins. This is just like a plan B ability. You can play it as a 6/5. 2 coins can be very valuable. But the real kicker, of course, is the ranged row ability. Deploy ranged, activate the intimidate ability of all allied units. So this is a card to go with intimidate, which, as we all know, is an archetype that's not seeing that much love lately. So if you have 3 intimidates on the board, he plays as a 7/5, which is good value. Anything beyond that is pretty sick. You know, but it requires some setup, and anything that requires setup to get good value is a-okay with me. You beat Syndicate with Double Cross Assimilate. Also very impressive. Very well done. I'm so proud of you. All of you. I like the idea of like a swashbuckling parkour pirate for Tide Cloaks. Seems very fitting. Are these new cards, and when are they going to get released? These are not new cards. These are not real cards. This is custom card review. Live. Didn't you see the title and thumbnail? Come on. But yeah, there are no new cards that we know of. These are just fun custom cards made by a community who are passionate about the game, but feel like, you know, certain things are missing, and they want to take matters into their own hands when they feel inspired. So Roof Hopper is pretty cool. I would probably try to play this. Looks good. Handsome, handsome boy. This next one is also by Lawrence of Alabia, aka my boy Timothy. Disgraced Axeman. Now this was made primarily to go along with Haymay Protector, you know, the guy that boosts self by 1 whenever an adjacent unit takes damage. So he's a human warrior cultist, 5 for 5. Deploy damage self and an enemy unit by 2. So, death blow, so if he kills the enemy with the 2 damage, he'll heal himself and gain zeal. So now we're up to 7 for 5 value. And he gains zeal and he has an order, damage this unit by 1 3 times, then heal it. So, like, overall, if you get the death blow, it's a 7 for 5 card. But if you put it next to a Haymay Protector, that's gonna get like 4 boosts from this. But it only really works with Protector, right? There are no other cards that care about this. So, you know, it's... That order is very, very niche. But like the rest of the card I really enjoy because it's 7 for 5, good value, but it's not just point slam. You have to set this up. You have to set it up and get the value. So it's a really cool one. I really enjoy that one. Alright, I'm gonna quickly find some more while you guys take a few minutes to look at that one. There are a lot of cards posted here, but I'm not gonna jump into all of them. This one is cool. Alright. Made by Deckard Kane. Drum and Pacifier. Human Warrior. Scaliger. 4 provisions, 4 strength. Exposed. Boost self by 3. Now it doesn't come with armor. So you'd have to give armor to it. And then somehow take the armor off of it. To get the effect. Now what I will say is that, as we know from Terror Crew Axeman, or Axe Chucker, the Yeeter, these exposed can be triggered multiple times if you reapply and then remove armor. So maybe boosting self by 3 is a bit much. If you reduce it to 2, it's still fairly simple 6 for 4, but it can keep going. Requires a lot of synergistic play, so I think it's okay that it's a fairly powerful engine. But I think boosting itself by 3 might be a bit much, just because this ability can be repeated. Oh yeah, Joanna gets value from the Disgraced Axeman. Joanna would also get 4 charges, and she can heal something by 2 for each charge, so hell yeah. Healing is good. I really wish healing would be more of a fleshed out thing. And I guess the problem is, like, Self Wound, just, they have enough cards now that can soak up the damage without even being damaged. So healing doesn't really have a spot in those decks. Cultist on one side and Wagenberg on the other. Hell yeah. You got yourself a massive engine. I used that with Axe Wheelers, good stuff. I mean, it is good stuff. Like, Axe Wielder is a really cool card because on the surface, it's fairly simple, right? 2 strength, deploy, damage something by 2. It has 2 armor. If it loses the armor, damage a random enemy by 2. But then when you start reapplying armor and you keep pinging it with like a priest, it's pretty insane. You know, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You need multiple cards to do this. You need the Axe Wielder, and you need something to give it armor, and you need something to take away the armor. That's at least three cards that need to work together for that effect to happen. That's what proper engine building is. That's what I love about Scaliger and Northern Realms. Like, those are the 2 factions that really can set up lines of engines and just have this big motor running, and it's so good. And they run away with games, and they deserve it because they really set up. And, you know, removal can remove a vital piece of the puzzle and reduce that value by a lot. So it's very good. I love that stuff. The problem with healing is that it's a worse boost and that we don't have enough tall bronzes to warrant healing them. Yeah, that does sound like a problem healing has. I think maybe healing should just be valued higher, because it is a worse boost. It's a lot worse than boost, generally. So, if it was valued a lot higher, I think maybe we could see more healing cards seeing play. Of course, I love playing Flaminica in Queensguard because I line up a bunch of wounded units on the same row, and you can just drop Flaminica for 10 plus value on deploy, and she keeps going. Now that's good. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find some more cards here. As much as I love Scaliger, I want to see if I can find something non-Scaligan. Really like the idea of negative leaders posted on Discord by someone. Yeah, someone posted negative leaders. They're basically, you know, leader abilities that take away points from you in various ways, but in addition, in return, you get a lot of provisions for your deck. Seeing some meme cards here. Let's not go too deep into that. More cards like Old Veteran would be nice, like playing a Veteran, Jada, Demon Ship back then. Pure value for provisions if healed. That's true. I like current Veteran where it can heal itself. You know, it was pretty good shit until Armour Drakkar became a thing. What's this? Alright, I'm gonna find the most updated version of this card because it's pretty cool. This was made by Anakin. See if I can zoom in on this a little bit. This is Queen Calanth. Alright. A 6 for 12 human soldier knight. 3 armor. She has zeal. Order. Damage self and an enemy unit by 1. 3 charges. Exposed. Boost self by 3. So let's see. As soon as she comes down, she will eventually be 9, and she will have damaged something by 3, so 12 for 12. I would change something there. Like, this card has potential for, you know, reapplying armor and getting the exposed again, getting more charges, which would help with that. So this should not play as a 12 for 12 immediately. So some numbers would have to go down for it to not be point slammy. But it's very cool. It's very similar to the Drummond Pacifier that we talked about, where Exposed is actually a really cool ability because of how you can re-trigger it if you reapply armor. So I would lower some of these numbers just to make the card not as point slammy, and it would require a little bit more play to be really good. But it's got a lot going on, and I like that. I mean, it's Queen Calanth, right? It's a big, expensive legendary unit. It should do a lot of cool stuff. Drummond Pacifier should get 1 armor, so that's a 6 for 4 with Raging Bear, Swellblood Butcher. I think it's cool that the card didn't actually have armor by itself. Like, you actually have to play some armor on it. I think that's cool. For a 4 provision card, I think that's fair. Like I said earlier, I'm not super big on the balance. I've spoken my truth about this. But the design itself, very nice. That is good shit. Alright, gotta find another one. Another one. My thoughts on nerfing poison to be order and not deploy? I mean, I assume you mean I assume you mean all poison. Otherwise, you just get a bunch of little morals. It would allow for more counterplay, and especially for the cheaper ones. I don't know, it seems... Poison. Poison is weird. Poison is very weird, and I don't even know what I would do with it, honestly. I mean, I would change the whole mechanic, just straight up. That's not gonna happen, so I would limit it to golds, like mid to high cost golds, and just give them secondary abilities, so that, you know, if you have a couple of poisons, you can, you know, play them together for high value tall unit removal. But if you only draw one, or the poison gets purified, then you can play them for other abilities. But cheap cards, 4 provision cards, should not have the ability to set up kills that big. Billy Boy, this stream is just a custom card review. We look at custom cards made by the community, and we talk about them. That's pretty much what we do. Ah, the missing V, yeah. We started out with all your fortresses. Sorry. We've already gone over those. But this stream will be condensed as much as possible and turned into a video. Hopefully within the next few days, so you'll get to see me talk about them. Man, this is hard. Any chance to implement them in the game? I mean, I'm... A lot of these I do hope that, you know, CDPR takes some inspiration from, but I don't see any of this ever entering the game, just because they're probably not going to see them. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys look at this. Also made by Anakin. Or they're just your ideas to improve the game fleshed out. They're not my ideas. These were all posted by people over on my my Discord server. But it's just, you know, people's ideas. They come up with cards they wanna make, so they make them. But this has nothing to do with like the actual game. Like, these are not cards that may or may not happen. Just people having fun and sharing their creativity. Me. I think they should release a full Nilfgaard update, trying somehow to balance that faction out. Today I quit on Rage after 3 poisoners back to back. I mean, if they just remove Syndicate and Nilfgaard from the game, that would be great. No, but if they could at least fix poison, like please, for the love of God. That's all I need. That's not all I need. I also need Bomb Heaver to be fixed. And killed. Brutally slaughtered. I don't know. Or just reworked. I'm gonna close that one. Yeah, we've actually done a decent chunk of cards. I'm gonna see if I can find one more, and then we'll get into creating our own custom card together. That sounds fun. Alright, so, you know, I figured that for this live version, I would just be able to, you know, find some cards and put them up there, but it's obvious that I have to prepare more for next time. That's good, we learn. You live and you learn. What's this? No. Oh god. Is there a faction we haven't shown anything for? Scoia'tael, maybe? No, wait, we have... I mean, we've covered all factions with the Fortress, I guess, but... Madame Louisa needs a nerf? Yes. As if anyone cares about Scoia'tael. I guess. At least on this channel, I don't think a lot of Scoia'tael followers are watching this. Oh god. the biggest issue is bronze poisons, for sure. If they removed bronze poisons, then hell yeah. You know what? I know we don't really care about Scaliger, but this one's actually pretty cool. This one was made by J. William James, who I've definitely featured a lot of times before. Dolbathana Stalker. It's a 4 provision elf, 3 strength. Zeal, order, move to the other row and damage a boosted enemy unit by 1. Cooldown 1. So it's really cool because, you know, it's like moving around, stalking people. Great movement synergy, which we definitely need more of. And it's just a 1 point per turn engine in addition to that. It's very simple, but I like it. I think Scaliger has, they have some cool stuff. Like they have movement, they have hand buff. I think those are cool things. And you know, now going forward, they're gonna have more of a disparity between the different races: dwarves, elves, dryads, which I think is cool. It's a nice way to do stuff. I would love it if Scaliger had like a similar thing between the different clans. But maybe that would be too difficult. I don't know. Good for Regis setup. I mean, it moves itself, just in case you missed it. It doesn't move an enemy unit and damages it. I mean, damaging a boosted enemy unit is good for Regis, because, you know, you can keep him kind of low. Easy to Regis, but I wouldn't look at this and think, Reginald. Alright, so it is time to move to the final segment, I guess, if you want to call it a segment. We are going to make our own custom card together. Let's see, how does this appear on the stream? That's pretty good. Yeah, it's so centered that it doesn't... Maybe I can zoom in a little bit? Like that. That sounds good. Alright, so we're gonna make our own custom card together. You guys are gonna be able to give your suggestions for stuff. And so the first thing I want you to do is in the chat, let me know which faction you want us to do a card for. And you can do dual factions. So which faction or which pair of factions should we make a card for? Let me know. And I'm just gonna sit back and relax my neck. Alright, we got a couple of Nymph guards, one Syndicate, one Monsters, two Neutrals, 3 Northern Realms, so NR is in the lead so far. Another Neutral, alright. No wait, that was the second Neutral. So yeah, 2 Neutrals. NR is in the lead, so if you don't want us to make an NR card, you gotta shout out something different. Neutral is now tied for first with NR. Very good. That's a 4th vote for neutral. And there's a 4th one for NR. Alright, I gotta make sure people aren't voting twice. I mean, I trust you guys, and so far you are abiding by the rules, but just don't post twice. Alright, while you do this, I gotta take a phone call, so I'm just gonna mute my mic, and you just keep doing your thing. I'm back. Can I send you a custom card? You can, but we are done reviewing cards for today. But you could always send one. Or, you know, post it. Alright, seems like people are done voting. So let's count these up, shall we? Let's see, NR has 4, neutral has 4. So both have 4, plus we have a joke where you make neutral and NR. Nice to hear some Norwegian conversation. Did you hear that? I muted the microphone. You can't send links in the chat. We have had issues with that. It's not because I've banned it, it's just it doesn't really work. Alright, so neutral or Northern Realms. That's kind of a big difference there, so... it's nice to know that muting my microphone doesn't help. Why is that though? That is a curious case. It sounded like jag ska fritera Modin. Well, I did not say that. I am not gonna fry his mom. That was my stepdad, by the way, and I'm not gonna fry his mom. Anyway. Alright, let's... You know, neutral is a very, very wide thing. So let's do NR then. And... let's see, what do we do? I gotta do a gold card, right? I like golds. Alright, should we do a unit, special card, artifact? Let's not do a stratagem. And I don't want to do a leader, so unit, special, or artifact. I kind of figured you were joking when you started with the whole... It sounded like jag ska fritera Modin thingy. Made it quite apparent that you didn't actually hear the actual conversation. Flip a coin? No, we're going with NR. Alright, what archetype needs a new card? Or do we just... Alright, this isn't really working out. Especially because I didn't get the option to change the stream delay. This is my first time trying to do this stuff live, so it's gonna be a little bit wonky. But I've learned a lot, so if I'm gonna do this again, I will definitely be way more prepared. But how about we do... Let's do a mage, alright? I really love NR mages. Let's try to do a mage. A cool mage. Presumably a human mage. And let's make our own character. Gonna be a legendary boy. Let's find a cool, epic wizard. There you go. Oh man. Oh, this dude. Let's go with this dude. Right. I never pay attention when I save images, so I have no idea where it actually went. Ah, I got it. Ah, this dude. If I send you a custom card I made a while ago, will you discuss it on stream? Not this stream. We're done talking about you guys. Now we're gonna talk about me. But if you send custom cards and I do another one of these streams a little bit more prepared next time, then I would probably, you know, I could talk about your card. Ortolan. Is that a thing? It's a bird. It's apparently called Hortulan in Norwegian. Hortulan. It's a bird. Are we just gonna name this guy after a bird? It's a cool name though. That's a cool bird. Oh no. Why? No. Are they real? And you can still see the shape of their face. Are these real? Oh god, no. No. But sure, we can name him after that cute little bird, but I don't want to look at those images anymore. Or Sorel Degerlund. He's a character from Season of Storms. Alright. Sorel is more fitting with the art. Grandmaster Ortolan is a character. Well... this guy's gonna be Ortolan the Fried Bird. He has deploy, fry a bird. Alright, so it is a Witcher character too. There you go. Oh, it's him? Is it him? Because he's pretty cool. God damn it, here it is again. No. It's just... no. Enough with the dead birds. Alright, so if it's already a character named this and it's not him, then we gotta go with something else. We gotta go with the Norwegian version. There you go. Portugal. Alright, so he's gonna have to cost more than 6. Let's go for at least... we gotta go double digits with a badass man like this. If we make him 10, then he's easier to include in certain decks. Sure, sure. This is all subject to change. I'm just kind of tinkering with stuff just to get a proper view of this. I mean, I feel like he kind of looks like he could be like the Grand Master of the Sintron Spellweavers, right? He looks like a badass, rugged version of those. With a sword, because Why the hell not? Alright. I don't think formation is right, because that feels more like a soldier thing. So I don't really think formation is going to be good for mages. Inspired, maybe? I don't like him. I'm sorry, I don't like him. I like him. Oh yeah, when you change the card size, it adjusts the image. Spell focused? We can make him spell. I mean, he has a spell book, and he's obviously conjuring up some mad shit, so. Alright, he could be spell focused. I'm gonna open up Gwent and just look at the spells we have to see if he could interact with any of those. Talking about silver mages, I miss those. Create and play a bronze mage. Ah, we gotta go more badass than that. Let's see, spell. Alright, we don't have that many spells. Good to know. Making him like just a better spell weaver, that's boring. We can't do that. But how about man, I don't know. A silver mage kind of thing would kind of work, because like he's got a spell book, so it makes sense that he might have some options. Zeal order, gain shield for a turn or two. X thing when play a special. Neutral tutor for spells. I mean, I'm sure the game would be fine with that in it. I mean, he's also got this big ass sword. I think we ignore the sword. Like, if this were like an official Gwent card, I think he wouldn't have that sword. He would just be a mage. I mean, this isn't Ortolan. Because you know, you guys showed me that he was a completely different, already existing dude. This is Hortulan. He's the dead bird guy. Maybe something with create. I mean, you can do create in a good way. It's just I wouldn't want him to be too similar to like Triss Telekinesis. Make him 1 strength and give him the option of 3 gold spells. He seems like a very offensive kind of guy. Maybe create new mechanic with him? We could. Deploy it, lock an enemy unit, order, destroy it, and boost self by power. Whoa. I mean, is he conjuring like a rain of fire or something here? Summoning a golem. Getting mad Ragnarok vibes from the art? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like damage all non-mage units by 1 or something. It is a rain of fire, but you know the mages can protect themselves. Could be a Vesemir for mages. Boost all mages in hand, deck, and on board. I guess. This is hard. I was not prepared for this. Help me. Please. I mean, I kind of like his current ability. Deploy, do something. Pretty good. kind of like this. It would be a cool thing, but it's a little bit uninspired. New scorched status. No, I don't want this. I don't want this. Doesn't really sound legendary. The scorch thing or my thing? Because I agree my thing didn't sound legendary, which is why I took it away. Scorch status. Refresh a unit's order ability. That could be very hit or miss, but it's cool. Spawn 2 dead birds. I mean, he could apply like a new row effect, but what would it be? Crazy finisher? Yeah, that wouldn't work with row effects. He doesn't have to stay at 4 strength or 10 provisions. We can change those. Here we go. Check this one out. There we go. Let's see, how do I find the dead ones? There we go. This is morbid. I don't like this. Is that inside it? That can't be inside. That has to be something else. Yes, Khan, that's how impostering Igern works. Because it doesn't gain armor on deploy, and when it doesn't have armor, it dead. No way, no way. Spawn and summon a dead bird on both sides of this card. And then we get a dead bird, which does nothing. And then he has order. Transform. Adjacent dead birds into Citron Spellweavers. Hell yeah. We got him. Yeet birds to the other side of the board. It's pretty good. Alright, but on a more serious note, I actually got a little bit inspired just there. That's not what I want. Runic magic circle. Alright, I'm just gonna use this. Alright, so if we're gonna be a little bit more serious about this, which is called a magic rune. So he spawns those instead. Just tokens. They are artifacts. Did I just turn them into special cards? I did. No armor, please. We gotta change the image on that one. Thank you. You know, because he guys got those runes in his hand, so maybe he's got these runes and they can do something. I think he has to be bigger though. Wish I could zoom out on these, but I can't, so I would have to edit them into a slightly larger picture, which would be really, really weird. Right, and he doesn't transform these anymore. Actually, how about he's like 7, and let's say he transforms the magic runes into something? Nah, that doesn't make sense. How about this? Summon a rune. It's not rune. Summon a I want to say summoning circle, but that's a thing. Summon a. Let's just call it rune. A rune of summoning. And then he transforms them into golems? I don't know. Can be like Phoenix artifact for carryover. That'd be very strong though. Dead birds. Transform them into dead birds. Alright, but what if we put it more in line with like Crow Mother and stuff? Alright, this might be too good here, but summon a. I mean, I can't call it a phoenix. That's the thing. Into demons. Why is Phoenix 13 provisions? I don't get it. If Crow Mother exists at 10, why is Phoenix? I mean, honestly, this guy could just summon Phoenix. And he wouldn't really be any stronger than Crow Mother. Because he would be 8 on deploy. And then you have 4 carryover for the next rounds. That's exactly like Crow Mother. Am I wrong? Alright, how about this? First of all, let's just call these summoning runes. But how about this? So he spawns these. On each side of this unit. Let's put him to 6, so he's a little bit more on deploy. And then these have resilience. And order transform into a what's... this is not quite what I had in mind. Dead bird. Maybe fire just to get the color scheme matching. This could work. If we try this guy. Summon this unit from deck or graveyard whenever you play a spell. I think that would make him a bit too similar to other cards. Alright, I'm just gonna say Fire Mage just because I don't care right now. All right. So here's the idea, right? It's kind of a similar carryover based unit like the new Zoltan Chevet and Crow Mother. So it's 10 provisions. Those cards come down at 8. This guy comes down at 6. And he summons one of these summoning runes on each side, so you get 2 of them. And they have Zeal and can be transformed into just these 2 Strength Mage tokens, which help with Mage Swarm. Getting mages on the board. But, you know, the runes themselves have resilience, so if you don't transform them in the round you play this guy, the runes can carry over and you can transform them in a later round. So you get, you know, up to 4 points of carryover one time, which is very similar to Zoltan Chevet. It's in 2 units, which may be strong, but I just thought it was cool. You know what? The fact that he can just straight up play for 10 points in round 3 Makes him really good. Alright, so he needs slight nerf. Provisional nerf, maybe? I mean, I kind of like him at 10, because that's what those other cards are at. So, about 5 strength. So you can play for it as a 9 for 10. Which isn't considered very good, but it's... I don't know. I just thought that it was interesting with, you know, he creates these runes that he uses to summon, like, these mages, but you can either do it right away, or you can carry the runes over and transform them. Beautiful. You like it? I'm actually pretty happy with it. It turned out pretty cool. The balance might be a little bit whack, but... we gotta fill in the keywords. Resilience doesn't have a keyword description, okay. We can just take that away then. Yeah, I thought about 4 strength, but those cards play for 8. Because Chromama summons 2 strength crows, so she's 8 points on deploy. And Zoltan boosts adjacent dwarves by 2, so he is also 8 points on deploy. So, like, at most you can get 4 points of carryover. If you keep both mages, both runes, you can get 4 points. So, carryover wise, it's in line with those cards. Now, on deploy, he's less points than those cards, which is why I originally put him at 6. You know, let's put him at 6. Like, I don't care. Balance isn't important, as CDPR keeps showing us every patch. Alright. So, I think I'm happy with this. Hortulon. 6 strength human mage, 10 provisions, Northern Realms legendary unit. Deploy, spawn, and summon a summoning rune on each side of this unit. Summoning runes being artifacts with resilience, and Zeal Order transform into a fire mage, that being a 2 strength mage token. Very, very good. I think it's pretty well balanced at 5 strength. Yeah, let's put him at 5. Yeah, that seems good. 5 strength. He's a badass mage dude. Summoning his mage friends. Potential up to 4 points of carryover, which seems to be what we're getting for 10 provisions anyway, so that's pretty good. I like it. I like it. I did a good card. Ooh. Alright, and with that, we're gonna end this stream. It lasted for way longer than I wanted. I mean, actually, we've gone over 2 hours. Holy shit. Oh, that was my bad for not being at all prepared. So, you know, this was the first time we tried this, and I've learned a lot about how I need to change up a little bit the format if we're going to keep doing this. So next time I will be prepared with all the custom cards we're going to look at in advance. And I don't know what we're going to do with the creating a card together thing. If I can't get the stream delay to be shorter consistently, it's going to take quite a while to do this every time, but it is fun to get your input, but I kind of ended up doing my own thing anyway, so I don't know what we're going to do about that, but thank you for watching, thank you for joining me for this first very rough attempt at a custom card review live. Like I said in the beginning, the stream itself will not go up on YouTube, I'm thinking, unless there's a huge demand for it, but I will cut this all together into a more compact video, custom card video, showing all the cards and me talking about them and showing off this new card to allow people to, you know, review my card, because I think that's a cool little thing to do at the end. But yeah, it was a very rough attempt at doing this, but like I said, I've learned a lot. And I know I gotta change a lot about the format if we're gonna keep doing this, but at least it was a fun stream. I had fun. Hope you did too. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your input on all the custom cards. Yeah, there should be this video hopefully comes out in a couple of days. I also want to make a Death Wish monster gameplay video with the new leader. I have a deck prepared and almost ready to go, so that's gonna be good. Hopefully that would also come out in the next couple of days, so look forward to that. Just stay right here on the channel and you'll get the new content when it comes out. All right, so well, I'll see you guys. Have a nice rest of your Sunday. You know, it's still pretty early in the day for me, so I have a lot of day left. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my weekend, and I hope you do too. So until next time, have a good one. And I'll see you guys in a day or two, probably. Sounds great. All right.